What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Darren, man, the BowTie fragrance guy on the channel where we talk about fragrances, of course, but we're throwing some style and grooming tips as well. So if you are into or interested in how you can look your best and smell your best every day, you have found the right channel. Make sure you hit subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications by hitting the bell icon as well. So anytime a new video gets uploaded on YouTube, you get notified. Well, today, guys, I'm going to tell you guys about clones, okay? The clones are getting out of hand. Honestly, in my humble opinion, they really are. I mean, every time you turn around, it's like 6 clones released for a new fragrance. So it's starting to be, the market is starting to be inundated with a lot of clone fragrances. Now, for me personally, I always prefer the original. I like to get clones in my collection, and I like to try them out because I know there are people out there that are into that. Whether, again, you just don't want to spend the amount of money or you don't have the money to spend on originals, whatever your reason is. I know there are a lot of people that prefer the clones or dupes or whatever you want to call them. So I'll get them, test them out and wear them. And I like to give you guys my feedback on how close is it to the original and the whole nine. So what I've done here, out of like the 150 or so clones that I have in my collection now, I'm going to give you guys the top 10 today. Now, I'm going to tell you what these 10 were based on. All right. Number one, the popularity of the original fragrance itself. So when I look across the board, obviously that's one of the things that, you know, companies take into consideration as well. They're not going to clone a fragrance that nobody's buying. I mean, that's kind of just square one. I mean, again, if a fragrance is not that popular, a company's probably not going to want to invest into cloning it because if the original is not selling and not super popular, why would they make a clone or inspired by a fragrance of that? So popularity of the fragrance is the thing that I looked at, you know, as part of the criteria. The most popular fragrances on the market. The second thing that I looked at was the performance of the fragrance. So how good does it perform? I noticed with some of these clones, like the similarity to the fragrance is just in like first 5 or 10 minutes. Then it starts to really change, and in some cases go in different directions. But the 10 that I've chosen are pretty consistent as it pertains to how close they are to the original and the performance of it. So we're looking at popularity, how close it is to the original, and how well does it perform as far as how it develops and stays consistent to the DNA. So those were the criteria that we looked at, and that's what we're going to be talking about. So I got it covered for you guys. You don't have to buy all 300,000 of the clones. I've got 10 of the best right here, and I want to talk to you about them. So if you want to see what's on this list, and you should, you know the routine. Keep it locked right here. Let's go.
The BowTie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. Let's jump right into it. I'm not going to say this for last this time. I'm going to get it out of the way first. And of course, you know, guys, Creed Aventus is the most popular fragrance in the world. I don't care what anybody says. I know it's been inundated, the market, with clones. But this is kind of sort of where I think it started, because of the popularity of Creed Aventus is where a lot of companies really started to take their shot at this DNA because it was so popular. And I still think to this day, this is the best clone. Club de Nuit Intense Mad. This one right here. Again, the one that I have doesn't have the writing going down the side. So this was like when they first started making this fragrance. And now, guys, it's spot on. It's spot on. All fragrances on this list today are in that 90 percentile plus as it relates to being close to the original. The performance on this is really good. Get a lot of compliments on it. It captures the Creed Aventus DNA at least in that 95 percentile. You know, the trained nose can probably pick up the, you know, the quality of ingredients thing, but that doesn't matter to most other people in the world, to be quite honest with you. And again, if you're looking for the Creed Aventus clone, the best one out there for cost perspective and everything else, you know, this is it right here. Club de Nuit Intense Man. You got the juiciness up top with the pineapple, you know, the oak moss, the, you know, vanilla, all that stuff is in here, and I love it. So check this out. Again, I'm gonna link as many of these to the video as I can. Club de Nuit Intense Man. Get it in your life. All right, guys, the next fragrance up. Again, you talk about a popular fragrance. This took the fragrance world by storm about a year and a half ago. The original fragrance, and I'm talking about this one from Lattafa. This is Art of Arabia 1, and this is a clone of Louis Vuitton's Imagination. Clone of Louis Vuitton Imagination. This is it right here, guys. Again, this is really good. Again, the thing about it, I said a lot of these I test out, kind of give you my feedback. A lot of these I actually rock. Like, I love to wear this and a lot of the other fragrances that I'm gonna talk about to the gym and stuff like that, maybe when I'm just running errands. Because honestly, my Louis Vuitton Imagination is really low. So this gives me a chance to wear something and get that same feel. And I like put a lot of people onto this fragrance as well, because I'm pretty confident when I introduce them to this, they're gonna think that it smells good, and they're gonna love the fact they're gonna pay about $40 or so for this. So this goes in and out of stock. If it's available, I'm gonna make sure I link it to the video, guys. Get this from the brand Lattafa. Art of Arabia 1 is the best Louis Vuitton Imagination clone out there. Add it to your collection. All right, guys, another one of my favorite fragrances in my entire collection. It is probably the second most popular fragrance from this brand, the House of Maison Francis Kurkdjian. I'm talking about Ministry of Oud's Oud Satin. And of course, this is a clone of Oud Satin Mood from MFK. This is it. Again, what are some of the main notes of Oud Satin Mood? Of course, you have oud, you have the powderiness of violet, and of course, you have Turkish and Bulgarian rose, and a little bit of benzoin on the dry down. It has the exact same notes, and again, the performance on this is really, really, really good. I wore this on a date night with my wife one night, and she did not know. She thought I was wearing Oud Satin Mood. Of course, it's really, really close. If you guys watched the video I did with her as well, it had 10 clones on there. This one won. She was rating them, and this fragrance won. It's really good. And it's the Ministry of Oud. It's straight to perform concentration, so it performs like a monster. Check this one out. Ministry of Oud, Oud Satin. This is a great clone of Oud Satin Mood from Maison Francis Kurkdjian. All right, guys, another super popular fragrance out there on the market right now is Louis Vuitton's Pacific Chill. And guys, this fragrance is a compliment machine. It's very close to Pacific Chill, but it has a small differences, a nuance that's different from Pacific Chill. Can't quite put my finger on it, but man, this thing gets compliments. This is from Maison Assar. This is called Vision. Again, this is a good clone of Louis Vuitton's Pacific Chill. Now, I've given away 2 bottles of this. I gave my son one. His is almost gone. I gave my brother a bottle of this as well. And it's just a fragrance, a scent profile that gets compliments. Pacific Chill, it's the same thing. And for me, again, there are some other ones that I put my nose on that were kind of clones of Pacific Chill, but this is the best one so far. Not a lot of people talk about this fragrance, but guys, I'm telling you, Vision from Maison Assar. Trust me, trust your boy. You will thank me for putting you on to this. Add it to your collection. If I can link it to the video, I will. Check this one out. Vision from Maison Assar. All right, guys, the next fragrance that I want to talk about is from Pandora Scents, which is Paris Corner. It's kind of under the umbrella of Paris Corner. This is Tobacco Vanille, all right, which is a clone of Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford. All right, dried fruits, tobacco, vanilla. Guys, again, about 90% close to the original. 90% close to the original. I think from the Tom Ford Private Blend collection, the top 2 most popular fragrances are going to be Oud Wood and Tobacco Vanille, closely followed by Tuscan Leather. And they knocked it out the park, the DNA. So check this one out. Definitely a good clone of Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. This one is from Paris Corner, Pandora Scents, and this was called Tobacco Vanille. All right, guys, this next fragrance is one you have to get in your collection. Honestly, it's the only version of this fragrance you can kind of get right now because the original is discontinued. And I'm talking about the beautiful Feve Delicieuse from Christian Dior, their private collection. And this one's called Frenetic Delicieuse from the Amir collection. This thing is spot on to Feve Delicieuse. Amazing stuff. Cherry, tonka bean, vanilla, sandalwood, you name it. If it is praline, if it's put into a gourmand, it's in that fragrance. And again, this is about 95% similar to Feve Delicieuse. Again, it's called Frenetic Delicieuse. I put so many people on this fragrance and they thank me for it, because if you like sweet fragrances, if you like gourmands, Feve Delicieuse is a must try. And again, because it's discontinued, just get Frenetic Delicieuse. You'll thank me later. Check this one out. All right, guys, another super popular fragrance in the world. I'm going to talk about what I feel like is the best clone of it, because there's about 78,000 clones of this fragrance on the market. To me, this is the best one I've tried, and I'm talking about Angel Share from Killian. Fire Your Desire from the Allure collection is the closest thing. Again, you have the oak barrels, you got the praline, the tonka bean, vanilla, cinnamon. This is the closest clone to Angel Share that I've smelled. Now, there's a few others that are really, really close. It's just my personal preference on a favorite from smelling the probably 7 or 8 that I've smelled that are clones of Angel Share. I still give this one a nod. I love the bottle, the juice color. Again, it's very, very close to the original. And again, so if you want a Angel Share clone, this is the one that I recommend. Fire Your Desire from the Allure collection. This is the one that you need to get. All right, guys, and next up, this is probably the second most popular fragrance in the world, right behind Creed Aventus. Angel Share is the third most popular fragrance in the world, but in the second place as far as popularity, of course, we got to go back to the house of Amazing Francis Kirkjohn, Baccarat Rouge 540, and this is the best clone, Club de Nuit Untold. Just to get it. Get it, get it, get it. Love the bottle, love the presentation. Now, the Club de Nuit line, honestly, knocks clones out of the park. Now, I could have put Club de Nuit Milestone, which is a club of Millésime Imperial. And I could have put Club de Nuit Sillage, which is a clone of Silver Mountain Water. But those fragrances aren't quite as popular as Aventus and Baccarat Rouge 540. So that's why these two are on the list. But if you talk about clones that are close, those two would have been on this list as well. But this is the best clone out there for Baccarat Rouge. This house, Armaf, does clones really well, in my opinion. Really, really well. I think over a lot of other companies that take their stab at clones. Again, if you want to talk about this and get into the conversation of it, I think these fragrances from their line do really well with quality, like performance. They last pretty. As far as the longevity, they're pretty good on longevity, projection, and all that stuff. So they don't really skimp on that, and that's why I like to give them the nod. But Club de Nuit Untold is the best for Baccarat Rouge 540. All right, guys. For this next clone, we're gonna go popularity of fragrances right now. This one is up there as one of the most talked about, one of the most popular fragrances. They just came out with an straight version of the original, and I'm talking about Ex Nihilo's Blue Talisman. And of course, the best clone out there is Art of Universe from Lattafa. I love this bottle. There's just something about it I love. Another one I put a lot of people onto, this right here is the best clone of Blue Talisman. It is what it is. Again, another one that you can get for around that $40, $45 price point. If you don't have this yet, fellas, do yourself a favor and get this. It's inexpensive. You can spray as much of it as you want. A lot of compliments, just like the original fragrance in the whole nine. And again, just as an aside and a little bonus, I love the bottle on this one. So check out Art of Universe. Cool bottle, cool fragrance, great clone of Blue Talisman. All right, guys, and last but not least on this list today, I'm talking about Oud for Glory. Oud for Glory, also from Lattafa. This is an amazing clone of Oud for Greatness from Initio Parfums. Again, the bottle, they took a stab at the bottle and the whole line. There's no denying what the angle was with this particular fragrance. And again, if you like the Oud for Greatness scent profile, a little too expensive, if you don't want to spend that money, don't have the money, whatever your reason is, just pick this one up, Oud for Glory, and you'll be satisfied. Great clone of Initio's Oud for Greatness. But that's it, guys. That's my time. I hope you enjoyed this list today. As I gave you, out of my 150 clones, these are the 10 best in my collection. As always, I sincerely appreciate you guys' time and your attention to these videos. You don't have to watch, but you do, and I sincerely appreciate it. Guys, if you don't mind, leave it in the comment section. Out of these fragrances I talked about today, how many of these do you have in your personal collection? Seriously, I want everybody that watches this video to answer that question. Out of these 10 clones that I talked about, how many of these are you already have in your collection? And based on the video, how many do you look to add to your collection? I would love to hear from you down in the comment section. Now, as always, I sincerely appreciate you guys' time and attention to these videos. You don't have to watch what you do, and I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget, take a few moments to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to share these videos out to some other folks out there that you think could use the information or find it entertaining. Cause I'm your boy Darren. I'm the BowTie Fragrance Guy. Love to look good, of course. I love to smell fantastic. So until next time, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.